Ryan saw this thing and he's like, 15 minutes? All right. Nice. That's what I like to see.
Star Wars Visions was an interesting kind of animation style.
Star Wars Visions was a vision of what Star Wars would look like if it was made by Japanese anime.
That's you, Rico.
Star Wars Visions had the vision that we all need in the days that we are living today. AKA the vision.
Darth, bring you home.
Star Wars Visions is fun and beautiful.
All right, getting some hints. Hey, everybody, welcome to Fallingtower's Watch the First podcast in which we watch the first episode of a series so that you don't have to. With us, as always, the best pointer in town, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg.
Hey.
Well, I got these pointing fingers at Pointing School USA, baby. Yeah.
And the guy that gets mad when you give somebody else kudos for their points because he thinks he's the best pointer in town, Darth F.S. Schuhe.
Pretty good pointer.
And Rico Anderson.
AKA the fourth ghost, who can't point because...
That's pretty good pointing, actually. That was pretty... My name's Ryan T. Husk, and I divvy out the points.
Ooh.
Felt like a Drew Carey thing there.
That's a thinker.
Yeah.
This show is very much about providing bullet points.
No.
Too soon?
So today we're doing a review of Star Wars Visions Episode 1, The Duel, on Disney Plus, everybody. So let's get into it. Everybody at home, if you'd like us to review a show, say WTF and whatever the show happens to be. Like you could say WTF Smurfs, or WTF Fraggle Rock, or WTF Scooby-Doo, which means watch the first. Do that in the comments section below so that it's there forever and we can reference it. And Darth burped. And Will, is that coffee? What is it, Darth?
Yeah, I finished it. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Are we sure?
How many cups is that for you today?
Just two, only two.
Okay.
And how many shots of bourbon were in those 2 cups?
So that coffee was number 2.
A lady never asks and a gentleman never tells.
Number 2. So that's it. Let's get into it. Let's have some fun. Please remember to like this video, subscribe. If you're listening in, give us 5 stars. If it can allow 6, give 6. Let's talk about it, right? First thing we do, my favorite. Hang on a second. This is the Golden Girls crew all over again. Remember the Golden Girls review?
This is like our 3rd time, isn't it?
Yeah, what was the other one?
Oh,
My Little Pony.
Don't say
My Little Pony.
Golden
Why
Girls?
would you say it says the Golden Girls crew? Because this is obviously the My Little Pony crew.
Yeah.
The too damn cute crew.
Yeah, too
live crew.
There
I was going to say, not to be confused.
Everybody in the
Too
comments,
legit to be a crew.
in the comments section below, tell us: are the 4 of us the My Little Pony crew? Are we the Golden Girls crew? Or are we the Star Wars Visions crew? That's the important question of the day.
Yeah, obviously My Little Pony.
I don't know. It's close.
Golden Girls, easy.
Yep, the Olden Girls.
Damn cute.
The Olden.
Sounds like we're evenly split.
What do you think, Rico?
I think we're the Golden Girls crew. I think.
Damn it!
Tiebreaker.
Okay,
Although My Little Pony is pretty damn cute.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's cute.
Okay, let's get into Ryan's favorite game here.
Oh yes, thank you.
That?
My favorite game. We like to...
a little game.
Go ahead.
But you like to point, not interrupt, Kenyon Rosenberg.
No. He's a great interrupter.
Yeah,
trust me.
I'm great
He's
at
a
it.
pro.
Point and interrupt.
Here's the thing. Michael and I have known each other for quite some time, so we like to predict the other person liked a show or didn't like a show.
Darth
Lucky
too.
for us,
Darth too.
lucky for us, we've known Darth for quite some time too. In fact, Darth and I have known each other since we were old enough to enjoy Squid Game. We were 12 when we met. And Rico and I have known each other for a time. Rico's known these fellows for many years. So we can usually predict, guys. That's the point. Michael, I predict. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. What do you
By the way,
this?
It's a little game that we all like to call Predictaments, because we like to put ourselves in a predicament with our predictions. Some people like to call it prediculations. That's the old way. The new way is Predictaments.
You guys really should have some like graphics that play that.
I thought Rico was going to say, you guys really should have like better names. Okay. Enough screwing around. It's time to get to work.
This serious.
Is work. Yeah. So serious. All right. Oh, that's a good face, Darth. You look like the captain of a pirate ship.
That's my serious face.
Do it again.
Okay. For all you that are just listening, Darth made a face.
He kind of looked like his dad. If you know what his dad looks like. So here we go. Michael, I predict that you were fine with this. Like around a 6. You found it to be enjoyable. You enjoyed the stylized, Japanese type delivery of this thing, not just in the artistry, but also in kind of, it seems, the script itself, like the whole thing. You enjoyed that.
Very Japanese.
Rico, I think, for a reason I will not disclose just yet, I think you liked it very much. Darth, I think, now my rule about Star Wars fans is you can tell how big of a Star Wars fan someone is by how much they seem to hate Star Wars. So you are a very big Star Wars fan. IG-88 or a new IG guy.
Maybe IG-11.
Yeah, IG-11. So you're a huge Star Wars fan. So I predict that you did not like this because you don't like any new Star Wars stuff because you're one of those guys. What do you think, Michael?
All right, now it's my turn. So first off, Ryan saw this thing and he's like, 15 minutes? All right. Nice. That's what I like to see. Nice short show that I don't have to watch.
I'll never
long
tell
if I don't like it. But that's the truth. That's 100% right. But even that, I think that Ryan is not the biggest Star Wars. He likes Star Wars, but he's not the biggest Star Wars fan. And I think that he thinks that this did not need to be made. And he was not really into it. Rico likes everything, so he loved it. Darth is a huge Star Wars fan, but unlike many Star Wars fans, he is a fan of all Star Wars. In fact, Darth and I often talk about how our favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 1. Darth, you want to tell them why?
Well, it's obviously Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks is the reason why we love that movie.
Do you guys do any impressions of Jar Jar?
No, that's racist.
That's amazing. I'm not anti-Gungan, by the way.
Yeah.
Some of my best friends are Gungans, all right?
Oh, okay. But I think that Darth did like this.
Pulling the old, some of my best friends are Star Wars.
Jar Jar, he's one of the good ones. He's one of the good ones.
No, he is not. All right, Rico, what are your predictions?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, Ryan, that your thought on Star Wars fans is definitely the same as Star Trek fans.
They were the original whining Star Trek fans, right?
Yeah.
They were whining about Star Wars before it was cool.
True. But we've all read the comments, and
Rico, never read the comments. Never read the comments.
I know the one rule as an actor, and what do I do? Brian, I think you really liked this. I think you appreciated it for what it was, for what they where they went with this. I think you really enjoyed it. I think though I do believe that you felt like the storyline could have been better. Michael, I believe that you enjoyed it also. And I think for you, nice shirt, by the way. I think for you, it was very entertaining and fun. Darth, I think you were very much on board with it. I think you were that kid on Saturday morning with this
yes,
and just like you could not wait for Saturday morning. Could not show up soon enough.
Still.
Yeah, exactly. And why just a few hours ago, Darth was
Saturday, yes.
Yeah. break out the sugar smacks. So I think you enjoyed it immensely. Me, I hate it. But yeah, I think you enjoyed it immensely, and I did not hate it. And yeah, that's those are my predictions.
Predictaments. Okay.
Yeah, it does seem like maybe Darth, whether he liked it or didn't like it, I feel like he still did watch the second episode or would. But don't tell us yet, Darth. What are your predictions, Darth? Like, it's like regardless of whether he liked it or not, he probably, he's going to consume.
I'm going to watch the whole. Anyways.
You're gonna watch all the commercials that advertised it, right? Is that what you were trying to say?
I didn't see any of the trailers or anything for this, but just whatever the thumbnail on Disney Plus.
What are your predictions?
I think everybody liked it. My guess is everybody liked it, maybe for different reasons, but I feel like maybe to lesser extents. But I feel like all four of us. Am I right? I guess we'll find out.
He just divulged that he liked. He's like, I think all four of us liked it, right?
All right, I'm right on.
Times in a row.
By the way, when I said Darth F.S. Schuhe, the F stands for Franklin, the S stands for spoiler, right, Darth? Spoiler. It took me a while to get that out, but I meant it.
Spoiled little.
Spoiler Schuhe.
All right. Here comes the real game, everybody. This is we compare and contrast what we expected before we watched it with what we got. But we'll get to that in a moment, as Michael reminds us. Everybody at home, you've gotten your hints. You heard what the expert said. Now you make your predictions in the comments. Do you think I liked it? Do you think Michael liked it? Do you think Rico loved it? Do you think Darth hated it? Let us know. Michael's going to buy you some time while you type away. He's going to tell us what the show is actually about.
And this is my favorite part, which has become known as the voice of the narrator. This is a Star Wars anthology series that will see some of the world's best anime creators bring their talent to this beloved universe. In this episode, a wandering stranger with a mysterious past defends a village from powerful bandits.
That was hot the way you said bandits.
Yeah.
That was hot.
Yeah.
Bandits.
Okay. I liked it. I was watching Darth while you were telling this little synopsis. Darth was trying to check in his mind if this was accurate. Like you were saying, this thing happened. He's like, did it? Yeah. He's right. It surely happened, Darth.
It's being taken away.
Darth's like, what part did I go to the bathroom on?
Yeah, we're not. It's not a maybe. Okay, so now everybody's made their predictions. You're about to find out slowly if we did like it.
Can we check now?
When we compare and contrast what we expected versus what we got, as Michael Kenyon Rosenberg likes to call it.
We all like to call it expectations. Hashtag expectations.
Yes, all of us. Okay, here it comes.
Almost all of us.
Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, before you watched this first episode of Star Wars Visions, what did you expect?
So I saw this on Disney Plus. It's like one of those things too where you put it on and then the trailer just starts playing. And so I expected an anthology series about Star Wars in the style of Japanese anime. Is what I expected.
Nice shirt. You're right, Rico.
Right.
Okay. Rico,
I'm
what
just modeling my shirt for those of you who are just listening.
They're like, what's that dead air? We're admiring.
That must be where they did the commercial. Okay.
Rico, what did you expect? Be honest.
For once in my life, I expected.
For once in my life. Okay.
I expected what Star Wars has delivered very well, more so in comics, in their expanded universe. I expected a well-told expanded universe story, and I was excited for this because while we're starting to see more expanded universe stories with Mandalorian and Boba Fett and all of that, I expected a continuation like that, like what they have delivered already, but very much like how they've delivered it with the comics and the books.
Now, Darth, guess what we're about to ask you? Before you watched,
what I expected.
This guy gets it. This guy. Yeah, what did you expect?
I
before
knew
you
he
saw it?
would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see any trailers or anything. I knew it was a like anime filmmakers. So yeah, basically, yeah, like a fan film, like basically anime Japanese anime creators to tell their version of a Star Wars story. And yeah, I guess I kind of was expecting quite a bit out of it. I was kind of just that alone kind of sets the bar high without having seen anything. And yeah, okay, I'll just say that. Yeah,
Good save.
I had the bar
Good
set.
save. Good save.
Fan film, though? A fan film?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is these are people that have a love for Star Wars, and they're like, hey, you guys get to tell a tale in the Star Wars universe. Like, have fun, go nuts.
Really? So this was like a basically a licensed fan series?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like a Rogue One, if you will.
Interesting.
Like Rogue One.
It's interesting you would say Ryan, it like that, compared like that.
Sorry, I know it's a little herky jerky, but we'll talk about that a little more. You're right, Michael. Michael always likes to keep us on track. He's like, let's stop screwing around, everybody. This isn't for fun. Whoa.
He's feeling empowered in that shirt. That's what it is.
Yeah. He needs his red power tie. So power bottom tie.
Look good on that shirt.
So here's the key. I expected, and I'm going to divulge something that I didn't divulge earlier. I just heard that it existed. There was a new thing called Star Wars Visions. I didn't know anything about it. I knew it was animated. So I thought it was going to be another one of those things like Clone Wars or whatever with the long cartoony whatevers. So I didn't think too much of it at all. I didn't know anything about it. But then when I was talking on the phone with my friend Rico, he said, what are we reviewing? And I said, Star Wars Visions. And Rico was like, awesome. I love that show. So that's why I was like, I can't divulge why I think he liked it a lot, but that's why. And so
just a stab in the dark.
You call me Rico Spoilers Anderson.
So,
Rico S. Anderson.
So and then he says to me, and I was like, okay, cool. Well,
hey, don't talk about that thing. Don't talk about that thing.
But yeah, well, then after that, he said, those episodes are only like 5 to 20 minutes or 5 to 15 minutes, right? And I didn't know that, but I was like, that is a good thing for me to enjoy.
Sold.
And so Michael gets points there too. But so all I expected was that it might be good because Rico likes it, but he likes everything. And then it was going to be short. So that's pretty cool. That's all I knew. But what did you actually get, Michael? What did you actually get?
What I actually got was an anthology series about Star Wars told by Japanese anime.
Nuanced.
Which is exactly what I expected. So I got exactly what I expected. And I don't know if you guys knew this about me, but I am a fan of Japanese culture. Ever since I took Japanese and Japanese American literature class back in junior college over at Evergreen Valley College with my professor, what is her name? Higashi. Yeah. And so she had a profound influence on me, and I've always loved Japanese culture. I had a chance to go to Japan a few years ago with my dad, who is big on Japan and Japanese culture as well. So I quite enjoyed this show. So anybody who said that I liked it, you get points for that, and you were correct.
Nice.
We did it.
We sure did, everybody.
Yeah.
Rico, what did you actually get?
I got what I thought I was going to get. I thought I got a cool expanded universe story, and I got what was really cool, which was what honestly fits so perfectly within the Star Wars universe when you think about Jedi and the discipline and the sword play and the just the overall philosophy.
Why is Mike shaking his head at that? I thought that was made a good point, Rico. What? Michael?
I'm getting deep and philosophical here.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that, but Ryan still giggled when you said sword play.
Michael K.R. I did.
I heard you, Ryan. If I have to, I will go back and cut out the part where you giggled and insert it in right now so that everybody can hear it.
We'll just leave it as a mystery. It's a he said, she said kind of situation. Anyway, please continue, Rico.
This will be the part of the show where the audience will be totally distracted because everybody will be like, he said sword play. Oh my God, that was so amazing. So
they get it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rico, you were saying?
No worries, man. No, I got all of that, and I felt like it fit so perfectly into what Star Wars has been about all these years. It makes sense, and I got a great expanded universe storyline, and I loved it. Ryan, you may continue to giggle. Oh wait, hold on. One more thing. Sword play.
Darth's the only one that giggled that time.
Wait for it.
But what did Darth get is what we all want to know.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I'm a fan of somewhat of anime and like old Japanese samurai, like Seven Samurai and the Kurosawa stuff. So there's a lot of that in there. I was expecting it to be beautiful, and I'd say the art and the animation was probably more beautiful than I was expecting. And yeah, it's great. They put a lot of Japanese culture in there, a lot of fun homages, but they still crammed a bunch of Star Wars in there. So
it was
Did that answer the question?
I think so.
Yep.
It was a great, like a perfect meld of like the ancient culture and the Star Wars technology. It worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't see any Spider-Man stuff in there, but I thought I heard Darth say anime.
Anime.
Okay, now comes to the point where we get to hear Ryan nitpick.
I don't have a nitpick prepared, but I'll get.
I have a nitpick. I have just one.
Okay, well, let's hear it in a moment because that is actually something I want to hear your nitpicks. Because you're a Star Wars nerd, so you got some. What I got was a show that I was like, "What the crap is this animation sketch? Is this unfinished? It's a sketch. It's like when somebody says." Hey, do you want to see this cool drawing I made? And you go, okay, sure. And it's like a pencil sketch. And you're supposed to pretend, oh, wow, that's very good. And they're like, look. And then you say, when is it going to be finished? And they're like, it is finished. But anyway, it seemed like it was unfinished to me. It seemed
that's
like
what I call a nitpick to me.
No, it was an unfinished product. But then I guess that was acceptable to them because it didn't cost nearly as much as to finish it. But then it didn't bother me a ton. You kind of get used to it, and I ended up enjoying it. I think, and you're right, Michael. Oh, you are so right. 15 minutes, hell yeah! I watched it. I was so happy to enjoy every minute of it because I knew it was going to end soon. I knew like it's not going to go on. No, I didn't mean it in bad. I mean like I knew that when they're doing the setup, I knew they weren't going to set up for very long because this thing's short. When they were standing on the log, I knew it wasn't going to be this long, drawn out stuff because it's short. The whole time I knew, hey, just enjoy the ride. It's not going to drag out. It's impossible for it to drag out. So just enjoy it. So yeah, it's enjoyable.
Just enjoy Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just enjoy Star Wars.
I did.
Because it was short, he enjoyed it.
Partially because of that.
But see, also what made this cool artwork wise was the fact that they made it very vintage-y looking.
It's like black and white.
Yeah, like this cartoon has been around for
red
something years.
Yeah, they got a lot of color in there for black and white.
Right, but it had a very which I don't think they were just like thinking about saving money. Come on, this is Disney. They make $1 million.
I know.
Yeah, they make $1 million from the freaking parking lot at Disneyland every day alone. So they ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
I think
$12 for a churro.
Thank you. I think it was a 12. I think it was a
twomp.
A twomp. There you go. I think it was obviously a deliberate choice to what's a twomp to do it that way. Twomp. So.
Twomp twomp. You gonna be okay, Darth? Get somebody get this man a third cup of coffee.
I liked it. Hey, I love that sword, the lightsaber coming out of my man's sheath. See, that was my issue. That was my one issue.
Okay.
Why?
Even though I get it, because it's like samurai and everything. But
dope. What's wrong with you, Stewie? Don't make me. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so why have a sheath for a lightsaber? Why is it already, none of the lightsabers like came out of the hilt like they're supposed to? It's such a minor gripe, but I get it. It's supposed to be more samurai, so
because that's how it activates its lightsaber.
It's like curved, but there's a straight lightsaber in there. I don't know. It's a minor gripe.
I don't get it.
It's how he activates the lightsaber. That particular lightsaber. He takes it out of the thing, and then it activates. And of course,
so it's blades coming out of the hilt, not out of the sheath.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
But then, how is it kept into the sheath? Is magnets
wouldn't it
or something?
just burn the sheath while it's in there?
Right. Good point.
Not in the
too.
sheath.
Magnets.
It's magic.
Michael, I cannot believe magic. You of all people is asking that question. Your answer is always magic. It's magic. It's the Force. It's the Force.
Yeah,
hey,
that's why it's not science fiction. It's fantasy. It's Star Wars. Hey, we don't worry about all that nonsense about science.
Why does anything happen in sci-fi? Because they wrote it.
Anything.
I did like this lightsaber umbrella though that's behind Ryan right now.
Yeah, that was a fun thing.
Then why didn't you use it as a picture, Michael?
Yeah,
well, because you had it as a picture, and I was like, all right, if he's going to choose the picture that I chose, then I could probably have to change my picture then.
It does look like a picnic umbrella that they were just like, hey, let's turn this into a lightsaber. Sure, why not?
Yeah, at one point the lady's flying down like Mary Poppins with it.
Yeah. I wonder if that was deliberate too, if you think about it.
I was wondering the same thing.
That was deliberate.
Yeah.
Did we get any character names? I know the old guy was called like Shopkeeper, but did we get any other names?
I don't know if they said them, but the main guy was Ronan.
Yeah. I knew I heard somebody refer to him as Ronan.
Which made me like I just found it that's a little strange. I'm like, we're kind of taking characters out of Earth's lore and history and plopping them into Star Wars.
There's a lot of that in there.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Ryan. You could, if you're telling a story, you could do whatever you want. You can do whatever
Yeah.
you want in a story. It doesn't have to, I mean, it doesn't have to be according to all the rules of Star Wars land rules. I mean, to me, the whole point of this was that they took Star Wars themes and placed them in wherever they wanted to. That was kind of what I had thought about the show originally, and that's kind of what I got too, because they're taking Star Wars, like Jedi, Sith. I guess this guy says he's not a Jedi, but seems kind of Jedi-ish in his intentions.
He has the Force.
Yeah, but
well, the Sith have the Force too.
Now, here's my question, and this may be my lack of Star Wars knowledge, but
okay,
is this the first? Oh wait,
Mike and I got this.
I might.
Darth has this.
Well, I might be spoiling something because it doesn't. They don't touch on it in this episode, but they touch on
Rico, easy.
Rico, we're gonna put him on a timeout right now.
So I have another question. Who played Gran? Or what who was Gran? I should ask.
Neil Kaplan.
Right. No, I know who played him. Shout out to Neil Kaplan. That's a good friend of mine, actually, by the way.
Cool.
Congratulations, Neil. Also, Joe Oshman, who played the Tau Planet resident, another friend of mine. Both longtime voiceover actors. Neil Kaplan actually played Optimus Prime in one of the Transformers series. I can't remember.
And Lucy Liu was the Sith lady.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, Darth. Why would he lie about that?
Well, I mean, that's what it says on IMDb, at least.
Yeah.
They lied.
Let me ask y'all this. And Rico, if this gets answered in subsequent episodes, then I don't know.
Keep your mouth shut.
I don't know. Maybe we do want to know.
I just heard about it. Heard about it.
If he's not a Jedi, right? And is he a Sith? I mean, he's got the red lightsaber, which makes them think he's a Sith, but he seemed to be like a Sith hunter.
He's a good guy, yeah.
That uses the Force and uses a red lightsaber. So he's like this anomaly. I mean, what's his story? What's the situation there?
This is the thing that I know that I probably shouldn't say, but it explains a lot. And
okay, so they do explain it later on in the series. Okay.
I was under the impression that these were standalone stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but there's an explanation. I'll just say this: there's an explanation as to why his lightsaber is red, minus the fact that means you're a Sith.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's collecting all those kyber crystals, all those red kyber crystals.
Not that.
So it's like he's like hunting Sith down or something.
It's something else. But there's an explanation.
No, you're just making this up now, Rico. You're. I don't think we can trust anything that you ever say.
Yeah, he's trying to get us to watch the rest of the show.
Listen, Michael, you're starting not to look so good in that nice blue.
Oh, I know. I already know I look good in the shirt, so you can't take that away from me.
You know, even a hot chick gets ugly when she's.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, no, you look good, buddy. So.
Aw. That's sweet. Okay. Here's Michael's favorite question of the day. I'm going to save you here, Rico.
All right.
Who was your favorite character? Snap, Crackle, or Pop? Of the Rice Krispies. Yeah, which was your favorite of those guys?
We're talking about Star Wars Visions right now. So if you want to ask who our favorite character in Star Wars Visions was, that's an appropriate question to ask.
People want to know which one.
Yeah, but now people want to know.
Which one was my favorite?
Yeah. Yes. Everybody knows it's Snap.
Dude, he was
All right, next question.
It's obviously Snap. Darth's mad because he's like, I want to answer.
Yeah. That's a tease.
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, so that's
down.
Pop. That's a Pop.
This.
All right. Who's your favorite character in this show, too? Might as well. Darth, since you're thinking the hardest, what do you think?
Yeah, well, that's because I don't feel like there is one. It's like,
Why?
I mean, I feel like there really. I mean, I'd probably just default go to the main guy, the Ronin guy, you know, just because I mean, I don't know, but it's all fun. I don't know. It's all, I don't know. It's just one big story. I don't know.
It doesn't look fun. It looks like you're upset.
Yeah, that was a hard question.
It looks like you're just like you walked on burning coals. Did you notice there was like a Forlom kind of character? Was I?
Yeah, that guy. Oh, yeah, that guy had like Japanese wooden boots on. It was really fun.
Yeah, and
wooden
who was
sandals?
What's the three-eyed
guy?
Mondo. Yeah, exactly.
They had a dog in there too.
But what is that alien called? It's like something that starts with an M.
No.
The guys.
Yeah.
No, the three-eye guy.
All right, I'm googling three-eyed star.
I don't want to say
Mandalore.
Mandalore.
Yeah, it starts with an M.
Starts with an M, right?
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, Manta.
That's what I was leaning towards, but I don't think it is that.
Well, this is
No,
like
no.
77 Star Wars. Everybody should know this one. The Obi-Wan talks about it because they all move
Does he?
sideways. Remember?
Well, they have them in the Senate, and they're like the
They had
senators
sand people.
from.
Wait, we're talking about the.
It's
No. But
No,
those
those are
Malice
Gungan
Stare.
Raiders.
Malice. Okay, it's probably like all right,
Who?
yeah. There's a couple of
The
those
guys
guys
with
in
the
there.
3 eyes.
I'm like
Those
big
are
old
from Malice
stalks.
Stare.
I'm asking
Right.
if the other one was it, and everybody's like, yeah.
So anyway, Rico, who was your favorite character?
Well, I kind of have to default to the Lucy Liu character, the bad lady, because she had the crazy hair going, and she kind of had the
Cool
Jedi.
mask.
She had kind of like the Sith throw going. So, being a former connoisseur of the big fro, I have
Darth too on his chin.
and Darth on his chin.
Chin
if I could
fro.
put a pick in it.
I have to go over there. I like the look. I thought she had a cool look on her.
She had an
when she
interesting
took it
little
off.
eye, showing a little thigh
Yeah.
action.
And she was just
Mhm.
like,
Michael Rosenberg, your thoughts?
I'm going to throw a wrench in the whole operation now, and I'm going to say that my favorite character was the kid who was like the chief of the little town, because he had some balls on him to stand up
for sure.
Ew.
to those stormtroopers and say, "Hey, man, don't mess with my town." And then he's like, and then all the droids come out, and like all the guards come out and start shooting all the guys up. And I think
Yeah,
that
was
kid
pretty
had
badass.
some balls on him. So I'll go for the kid, just to throw in something different. But
they
Ronan's
apparently rock.
badass.
So
Didn't he
Ronan's
look
badass
like
too.
one of those aliens from Voyager? What are those guys? They have like
Kazon?
dreadlocks. Ryan knows what I'm talking about.
Kazon,
Yeah. Didn't he look like one of those guys?
the kid?
No.
As soon as he stood up, I was like, "Whoa, they stole this from Star Trek Voyager."
Huh. I didn't notice.
I didn't-
Okay. I don't know if I have a favorite one. I could just name a random, like say, like the droid was cool when he came out, just started blowing everything
Yeah,
up.
that was cool.
That was really cool.
He wears a straw hat.
Everything else was just kind of like hang out and enjoy the story. It felt like a little fable, which was
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe the droid.
The fable of Ronan the Sith Hunter.
I too liked the fro that was kind of sizzling behind her head. That was kind of fun. Felt like it was kind of shifting and moving around and living its
Kept
best
it
life.
concealed in that big old robe.
That's how my fro was last year, just
Mhm.
shifting and moving around, doing what fros do in
Mhm.
space.
We wouldn't know.
Hey, people in the chat, what was your favorite character? Did I just do your jobs?
Pointer.
No,
Oh, okay.
that's great.
What are your
Yeah.
favorite characters?
Thank you.
Anybody want to screenshot this?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
So yeah,
Darth, you're the Star Wars geek of us. Sorry,
Nerd.
Rico.
True.
What other, we recognize the three-eyed guy. There was
the
like
Tusken Raider.
Yeah, Tusken Raider, right. There was like a Forlom looking droidly kind of guy. What other Star Wars recognizables did your eye catch?
Well, there was one guy you just see really briefly at Doug, which is what Sebulba is from Phantom Menace. Mike, did you see him?
Oh,
He's like riding
I did
a
not see
droid
him.
type of thing.
I didn't see
And then he
either.
crashes. I was like, hey, you just see him for a second. But I was like, yeah, Doug.
Nerd.
Hey, didn't they
That was
also
fun. There's
have
a
the
lot of little
guy
Easter eggs in there.
An especially deadly Doug named Sebulba.
Doug Jones? Shout out to Doug Jones. Didn't they have the little guy and who was riding alongside Lando in Return of the Jedi? Wasn't that the little guy? Like,
Right, that was like the tea shop owner, right?
I think so. But
Yeah, the Neum Num guy. Yeah, he was cool too. Yeah,
Oh, there was
he was
a
like an
Neum
old
Num
man in
guy?
one of those.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he was the old
tea
man.
shop.
Oh, I
Is that
didn't
what
know
he
that.
is?
Made
They're
The guy
called
with the
Neum.
lips.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah,
He
was
started
hanging out-
speaking to Ronin in a different language, and then he's like, and then he started speaking to him in English.
That language was Sulistese,
Ooh.
FYI.
Okay.
Sullusteese.
Wow.
What's that?
That's the language that guy was speaking.
That's the language.
Where's that language from?
In real life, it's based on some African dialects.
South of France.
In Return of the Jedi, he actually says some stuff that like certain people, African people know, like they understand the words. Says something about like beautiful blue eyes or something like that. In Return of the Jedi. Fun, interesting fun fact.
Okay, before we move on to a different stage in this, speaking of Return of the Jedi,
some might say the final stage.
Yeah. So Michael and Darth have divulged that their favorite Star Wars movie was Episode 1. Sorry, you got to stick to it now.
Yeah.
Rico, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Ever?
I know.
It to me, it's going to be a toss up between Episode 4 and Rogue One.
I knew you were going to say Rogue One.
Rogue One.
I was hoping you'd pronounce it Rouge One because a lot of people misspell it.
Moulin Rouge One, Moulin Rogue One.
Man, I'm surprised how many people love that one.
Rogue One was a story that was mentioned briefly and has been carrying, what kicked off this franchise 40 whatever years ago, and to be actually told so perfectly in my mind. That movie was, this is the event that took place before Episode 4, and I thought they executed that perfectly. And then there's Episode 4, which is
blends so nicely into it.
Yeah, perfectly.
But actually, what really kicked off the whole events of the story, as we all know, is Episode 1. So,
yeah, Jar Jar gets those immediate powers, and he gives
anyway.
Because that's the first one. I don't see numbers go like this: 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So
yeah, but Rogue One is in between.
Not a number though.
Is the first one? Yeah.
Rogue One's like a 3.
Rogue One.
Yeah, but what about Rogue 2 or Rogue 3 or Rogue 4?
Wait for it. Wait.
If I had to choose a second favorite Star Wars film after Episode 1, this is maybe an unpopular opinion also. I would have to say Episode 3.
Okay.
Episode 3 was
Episode
good.
3.
That's acceptable.
Revenge of the Sith. And I'll tell you why I love Episode 3 so much. It is a classic Aristotelian tragedy where you have a hero who is of a high class, Anakin, who has a fall that is not all his own fault. It's partially his fault, but it's not all his own fault. You got Palpatine in there pulling the strings. And you've got one of my favorite monologues of the entire Star Wars series.
You have done that yourself.
Have you ever heard
of
the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Yeah.
It's not a story that the Jedi would tell you. That is like my favorite monologue of the entire Star Wars series.
Yeah, you make a great argument there.
Episode 4.
Darth, make a great argument for your second favorite.
What did Rico just say? Episode 4. Episode 4. I mean, that's Star Wars. I mean, everything that comes afterwards I hate to say it, Empire is great, but everything else is riding the coattails of Episode 4. I mean, it's the most quotable. It's got the most mythology. I don't know. That's Star Wars, you know.
That's funny because I feel like just a few days ago you told me that Empire Strikes Back was your favorite Star Wars movie.
You know what's crazy? Everybody likes Empire Strikes Back, and I do too. But it's never been my favorite. Everybody like tons.
You got Dagobah, you got like Yoda. You got like more exploration of force powers.
It's a great film, but it's not like my favorite like it is with everybody else, man. It's
a crazy cliffhanger at the end.
It's dope as hell, but it's not.
My third favorite film, you guessed it, another unpopular one.
Are we going?
Return of the Jedi.
That's not an unpopular one.
Are you gonna say Star Wars?
No, like people like back in like the 80s or something, people hated it because of the Ewoks. The Ewoks were like the Jar Jars of the 80s.
Right.
I mean, that was completely let's appeal to kids. Let's sell some merch.
Yeah, it's all about selling merch.
Let's get these little space teddy bears and sell the fuck out of them.
But they're so cute. Like, right, Rico, you're talking about how My Little Pony is cute. Those little Ewoks, they're so cute.
Yeah, where would My Little Ponies be without Return of the Jedi?
Fuck, dude. They cannot compete with Ewoks. Just saying. Ewoks are cute. I will give Ewoks their credit. The ponies, man. Ponies.
No. Maybe if the ponies are spelled PWN. Am I right?
Some noobs.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw my stuff in the hat here, and by stuff I mean words.
Finally,
I know. To be honest, maybe I'm just like an end kind of guy. Like Empire Strikes Back, I always thought was, my favorite, but that's because it has such a good and powerful ending. It leaves you with something. And I feel like, and same thing with Episode 3 as that powerful ending, but I've only seen it like honestly twice. So, it's kind of far in my memory. I will say actually probably Rogue One might be my second favorite, possibly because of that great ending. Like I remember as soon as it ended, boom, drop credits in the movie theater. I said that was an A+ ending to a C+ movie. As like the first, and
you thought Rogue One was a C+ movie?
Yeah. Yet somehow,
interesting.
That A+ ending is what I think about when I think of Rogue One, and I'm just like super pumped by it because it's how you finish the game. And so that kind of might be my second favorite, honestly, because it left me with that just right. I mean, it was the best fan service 5 minutes we've ever had in our lives. It was just we're just like, oh my God, it's everything I've ever wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of had to end it that way, but man, for a Hollywood movie, you're not gonna see that in a Hollywood movie, ending like that.
Hey, it was also kind of one of the surprise endings too, because they didn't really publicize that Darth Vader was going to be in it.
And James Earl Jones is back, not just, Darth Vader.
Right.
Yeah.
Mufasa.
They weren't throwing Darth Vader out there. Hey, new movie, Rogue One. It's got this, it's got that, got a few surprises. And Darth Vader, they weren't doing that. We saw it and we were like, holy shit, we nerded out.
Mike is reminding us right now that if we have any final thoughts on the show itself, we should get them out right now, because otherwise we're just going to be four nerds talking about Star Wars movie, which happens all the time.
Same thing.
Another thing about Star Wars?
Yeah. So any final thoughts? Was red the only use of color that they employed other than
yellow, blue, green?
Okay, so they didn't use other colors. I don't remember.
There's some subtle hints of color, but I mean, red is the most prominent, obviously.
Yeah, red was I think it was the only one. I don't think they used
No, there was yellow and blue. His little button on his wrist was blue.
The droid.
Oh, you mean color in general, not like, okay, got it. Okay.
The droid had some blue,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, Rico, it is time to talk about you.
Yeah, baby.
Let's all point. It's time to talk about you.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes, you.
Well, you're the one we're pointing at.
Couldn't be, but it's true.
So Rico, you know the drill. Hey, you're out there, you're working, you're doing stuff. What's new?
Well, as of this airing, the season finale of Truth Be Told on Apple TV Plus will have aired. So Truth Be Told season 2 will have been in the can, shown, done, but still there. So please go catch me as Herbie in Truth Be Told on Apple TV Plus.
The bartender.
Yeah.
Unky Herb.
Unky Herb. And running the bar, the knock. And it's a fun ride. It's a whodunit. It's very suspenseful. Stars Octavia Spencer, Ron Cephas Jones, Kate Hudson, Mekhi Phifer. It's a what the hell moment of 10 episodes. I will be in New York hosting the Short Film Awards. It's my 4th time hosting. Yeah.
Whoa.
Going to New York to do it
Awards.
this time.
Say it again.
Going to New York because last time it was just online, right?
Last year it was online because things were still shut down. But I've hosted it 2 times before, so this is my 4th time hosting the 7th annual Short Film Awards, and that'll be on.
What did they do the first 3 years?
They didn't have me, so no one knows.
Nobody knows.
Somebody out there knows.
Well, good luck, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, getting that answer. Those answers. And that well, it's going to be on November 20th. It's going to be a combination of still online, but also in person. So
I wish that I could be positive about somebody knowing.
Ooh, I see what you did there. I just wrapped up a week on the TV show Be Positive, which is
that's
very good.
Weird. How did I
very
know that?
good.
Yes. So that was fun. And just as usual, grinding away and doing my thug thizzle. So New
That's
York,
really cool.
New York, what's the hang?
We're gonna be excited to see you on Be Positive. That's gonna be a good. Can you tell us what the role is?
I can't.
Okay. Okay.
I've been instructed.
Intriguing.
Hey, enough said, but you could tell us though, right?
Yeah, just between the 4 of us.
Lean in, fellas. So I'm playing a dude.
That's a stretch. So, okay. Well, that's really cool. That's really exciting. And you'll definitely update us on that next time you're on the show, if ever. So, but it's now time. So everybody, please be sure to check out Rico E. Anderson's stuff. Mike knows. In the description box below, you're going to see some links. Click on them and click follow and stuff like that. Darth kind of knows. I'm not really sure what's going on with him. Anyway, okay.
Beard.
This is Mike's editing cue.
Now it's time for Mike to look for the bottom line chop.
Oh,
Patented karate chop, as
boy.
Bill Erickson likes to say.
Out in Montana. Darth,
Mhm.
this is also known as the Terrible Twos, if you'll recall.
Bottom line. It's actually only called the bottom line.
The bottom terrible twos line. The final deuce.
Yeah, that's what Darth called it one time. The final deuce.
There's never a final deuce unless you.
It's the last one you're allowed ever.
The last one you'll ever procure.
No more eating.
Better
So
hold
the
it.
point is, it's time to hit those final 2 questions because I felt like there was a human centipede joke coming right there. So I just had to change the channel real quick. Here we go.
No more talk about swordplay, guys.
Yeah. Question number 1. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the first episode of Star Wars Visions, The Duel?
The Duel. I quite liked the aesthetic. I liked the the story. I always like stories about like lone samurais, and I like that this guy's like a Sith hunter, and he collects those red kyber crystals as like his trophies. But then I also like he like gave the kid the kyber crystal as like he's like, here, this will help
To ward off evil.
the evil. I don't know how unless he puts it in the lightsaber and
It's like it came
learns
from
how
evil.
learns how to use it. Yeah. But I quite like this. I love the Japanese aesthetic. I'm not a huge fan of all anime, but I love Star Wars, and I'm a huge fan of this series so far, just based on this first episode. And I'll give this first episode a score of 8.
I
out
knew
of 10.
it. Nailed it. When you said huge fan, I remember thinking, is an 8 really huge? But it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Rico, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this show that you loved?
Okay,
First episode.
Okay, that's all I've seen. Yeah. So I again love the elevator
Umbrella.
Wait, what? No, the umbrella.
Umbrella.
What's wrong with me?
Umbrella.
Like,
Ella.
And I loved the anime. I'm not the biggest anime fan. Some of my biggest and best anime loves came from back in the day with shows like Battle of the Planets and Speed Racer and a lot of the old school anime.
Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, but I really love. But I loved this animation. I loved what they did with it. I love the inclusion of the culture, the Japanese culture. I thought it was just perfect how they incorporated it all. And I loved every bit of it. I'm gonna give it a 10, man. And not just because I love everything, but not just because I love everything, because I really do appreciate what Star Wars did with this and how they melded two universes which are very similar based on, again, how Obi-Wan explains the Force in the first/4th movie. You know, the Force, it binds us, it penetrates us, it holds things, all these things, and the discipline and all that stuff. I said penetrate. So yeah, I gave it a 10. Swordplay.
Wow. Well, Darth, those are some tough shoes to fill. That's a tough act to follow. Are you giving it a 10 as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I give 10. Yeah, easy. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was great as Star Wars. It was. I mean, the story is basically 7 samurai, but I mean, it's a simple story. You don't need anything complicated. You know. Yeah, it was a 10 for sure.
Wow, 2 10s.
What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Ryan.
Darth, you didn't give Golden Girls a 10.
Ooh.
And that deserved a 10.
Yes.
Mike didn't either.
He did give it a 9.5, to be fair.
Yeah,
that's not a 10, man. That's not a 10.
So he thinks this is better. Wow.
Yeah, let's see the Golden Girls kill somebody with a lightsaber.
So
I would like to see that.
B. Arthur
Sophia
would.
and Lee, 2 of them would for sure.
Hey, B. Arthur is in Star Wars.
Totally.
All right,
Holiday
Darth.
special.
I mean, all right, Ryan. The pressure's on
Darth.
you now. Pressure's on you now, Ryan.
I am
2 10s and an 8.
I'm actually going to give it its third 7 that I've given in previous shows. I'm going to give it a 7.
That was a bait and
generous
switch.
7. Because it was easy to watch. It was enjoyable. I wasn't blown away by it. But I did enjoy it. I was happy with it. It ended and I was like, cool, fast, easy to pop in like a tic tac. And I was like, cool, whatever. Hey,
what just out of shits and giggles, what did we all give My Little Pony?
Okay, well, you gave a crazy high score and the rest of us were realistic.
Dude, man, that was good.
If there was a negative score, I probably gave that.
Well, I would like to tell you, Rico, but I think everybody needs to go check it out for themselves and find out, or check us out in just a month or so when we do our year in review show, right, Michael? We'll talk all about it. So everybody at
We'll
home,
talk about all of the things.
that is episode 74. It's WTF number 74 with Rico and Darth again. We review My Little Pony, the newer one, whenever that came out, like 5,
Friendship
7, 8
is
years
magic.
ago. Oh, yeah.
Because it is.
It is magic, though. What am I laughing about? It is magic.
It is, yeah.
So question number 2, and the most important, is, for the purposes of this podcast, we all had to watch the first episode of Star Wars Visions. But now that the podcast is over and we're all free to move about the internet, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, Darth liked it. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, would you watch the second episode?
Easily, yes. The first one was like 15 minutes or something like that. I think I saw the second was like 18 minutes. I mean, that's easy. Easy, yes. Easy. I liked it. It's Star Wars. I like the Japanese aesthetic, and they're short episodes, so that's an easy yes.
Nice. Rico, would you watch the second episode?
He already did.
Most,
Yeah,
but did I? But did
You
I?
did.
Sure,
yeah,
I?
you did.
He did, yes.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I'm totally here for it.
Okay, Darth, your thoughts?
Would watch this. I watched the second episode, but I would watch more than that too. Obviously,
You did? How did it go?
just only the second one.
You did watch the second already?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I knew it.
Different.
I knew it.
No,
We're
you
just
didn't,
so
because you said that
smart.
he's a real Star Wars fan, so he wouldn't like it.
Yeah, but I also
He ended up
said
giving
that
it a 10.
I also said that I have a feeling that he might have already watched more of it. Or did I just think it? No, I think I said it. We'll check the tape.
Yeah. Rico and I like everything, so
No, you
Except
get
My Little Pony.
Darth gets fussy about things.
there's a few exceptions.
You can get pretty fussy about certain shows. I've seen you be like, well, I don't like the way that those jackets are not the right time frame for when they whatever.
Oh, he gets,
It's only a true nerd would.
Yeah.
But he does
All
like
right, Ryan.
he
Bring us
gave
home.
he gave something about Polly a 10. I'll never let you live that. so okay. Anyway,
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
It's a
Love
good
that
thing we
dude.
love you, Mark.
yeah, he was
It's a
cool.
good thing we love you.
All right, Brian,
Okay.
bring us home, Ryan.
Yeah, surprisingly, I would not watch the second episode. Not because
That's
I'm
not a
opposed.
surprise to anybody.
Not because I saw Darth's eyebrows move. He did.
Yeah, I was,
It was a surprise.
surprised by that.
I'm kind of surprised by it because I enjoyed it and it was fine. And I feel like if it was on, or if I watched it again or a second episode of the whole thing, I would enjoy those. But I don't have any tug or need to watch the second. Like I enjoyed that first one. I was like, oh, that was cool. That was nice. But there's nothing that's telling me, hey, don't you want to see the second episode? I'm like, I'm sure I'd enjoy it if I watched the second episode, but I don't have any tug to. So
That's because Ryan hates to like things. I've said it many times before.
I did like this.
things.
I liked this.
Right, but you hated that you liked it, so you don't want to watch any more of it.
Michael, I agree.
I'll
with
tell you,
That's
people,
totally
if you're going to make a first episode of a show, give it a cliffhanger, but don't give it too much of a cliffhanger, or Ryan will be like, "Oh, I can't believe they just tried to give us a cliffhanger and like expect we'd watch the next episode."
And they're forcing you to
He's
see how it
very,
ends.
very picky about what he'd watch next. He's
Yeah.
speechless now because he
Yeah,
knows I'm
you gotta say
telling
now,
the absolute truth.
I'm just
Sometimes
saying.
he's like,
You got
"Oh
me.
man, there was no clip. Why do I have to watch the second episode? There's no cliffhanger. There's nothing that says hey, you got to
Standalone.
watch the next episode." But then sometimes he's like, "They didn't even show us the villains. How are we supposed to like want to watch the next episode?"
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm pretty surprised, Ryan, that you said that you wouldn't watch the second one because they're all short. They're all short episodes. Hey, put that away. They're all short episodes.
You know what's even shorter than that? Not watching it.
Takes even less time.
Yeah.
But you
That's more
won't
time for
regret-
activities.
But you won't regret the 12, 15, 20 minutes of your life that was educated and nurtured like water and
Educated.
fish to a flower. You know, these are the things that it makes life livable and fun and joyful. I don't know why I said
I'm
that.
lost.
Yeah, I don't know
I got
either.
lost. I drifted off.
I heard a quote that said, "Time wasted that was enjoyed was not wasted."
Yes, indeed. Mhm. Agreed.
So there you go.
Well,
And I will
There that
enjoy the
is.
15 minutes that I don't spend watching. I'm not again. I'm not against watching it. I have no tug. I have no pull, no desire to watch it. If it were on, I'm sure I would enjoy it, and I may end up watching the second episode, which has happened a couple times in this show, where I say I wouldn't watch it. Yet somehow later that night, I get a little curious and I watch another episode or two.
I would have thought swordplay would have got you just totally hooked, man.
You don't really know Ryan, do you?
I mean, you've known him longer, so there's still some things I need to learn about the young lad. But,
Michael, may I remind
Ryan.
you
Ryan.
that I said I would watch the second episode of The Avengers United They Stand, and you said no to that one. So who's
Well,
the
it was
fussy
terrible.
duddy now? See, you. Oh man, this guy doesn't get it. Am I right?
I think
guys?
I also gave it a very low score,
You
and
did.
then you give this one a 7. You're like, "Oh no, I don't think I need to watch it. No, there's nothing pulling me." And the same
Right,
thing
it's a
with Doom Patrol. Let me remind you that you gave Doom Patrol an 8 and said you would not watch the next episode. And I'll tell you, Angie and I have been watching Doom Patrol, and we love it. So there.
Well, let me tell
Oh,
you
there.
something. I did not give it an 8. I just cheated and checked. I did not give it an 8.
hey, Michael.
And if anybody wants to know exactly what I gave and just how way off Mike is right now,
No.
just check it out.
No.
It is WTF number 81 with Bridget Fitzgerald. It was very recent. It aired on September 11th.
Ooh, that date reminds me of something I gotta remember about that date.
Last year on September 11th, we had the 19th anniversary of that horrible thing that happened. So maybe that's what you're remembering.
The anniversary of something. Yep, that was it.
think about it.
By one of my
Anyway,
uncles.
at this
Poor
point, we're
taste,
just
Star.
back to
Poor
four
taste.
nerds talking about stuff. Here we go.
Hey, Michael, just real quick. I think when Ryan comes to visit you guys, you should throw on Doom Patrol and watch it from the beginning and make him sit and watch it.
You know, I was actually
That's
thinking,
like-
Rico, that I would be watching this Star Wars show with you. Like, it'd be like you and Darnell would be like, come over, we're gonna watch wrestling. I'm like, okay, and you guys are like, sucker, we're gonna watch this. And then I try to leave, and Darnell stands in front of the door. You ain't leaving, man.
Sit your ass down.
Yeah, just enjoy it. We got you some cheese puffs. Anyway, let's
Shout out to Darnell Davis.
Yeah, we love
that
Darnell.
Anyway, Darth didn't say he loves him, so we know what's going on there.
A little disagreement.
That's it. This podcast was. Wait, you know what? Before we get to that, everybody, let us know what show you'd like us to review. WTF and the show in the comments below. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends, because that is like gold press latinum to us. It is so good. It's more important than anything. The best thing you can do is just give us some likes, comments, and share it around, and subscribe.
And when you do comment a show for us to watch, let us know where we can stream it.
Yes.
We're not trying to rent VHS tapes and then buy a VHS player and buy a CRT television to hook it up to.
Player.
We're not trying to. We need to stream things, right, Ryan?
Yes, preach. And I always forget to say that. Thank you for remembering. Look, what I'm trying to say is this podcast didn't have as much color as I'd like, just like the show.
So nobody
This
recommended
podcast did or did not. It tried.
Wait, no.
I don't know.
You got it backwards.
There is no try. This podcast
Exactly.
was brought, This podcast was brought to you by the Golden Nerdy Pony 4.
Ah,
I think
Oh,
it's the
okay.
golden nugget
Right
or the
there.
golden
a
corral.
little bit of a
That's the
long
crew.
title, but
Golden
we could
shower.
we could tighten it
Golden
up. Darth,
Pony 30, yeah.
This podcast made 4 nerds nerded up.
Allowed
and
us
then
to.
some.
Sounds like going to
And some.
So everybody at home, thank you all very much for joining us. Go enjoy the show, comment below, and remember what Michael Kenyon Rosenberg always likes to say. By the way, check out Darth's social media empire as well in the comments, in the description box below. Remember what Michael Kenyon Rosenberg always likes to say.
Don't forget to register to be an organ donor at Donate Life America. Why is that funny, Darth?
Jake, that you brought a
I know, he's like, bam!
That's visual effects.
And don't forget to watch the first of things.
Freeze frame. Shing.
Ugh, Ryan always wants to freeze frame, but we
Freeze
never
frame.
freeze frame. I keep trying
The
to
only
tell
sign
him,
that they have, too, out of all the things that they have, that's the only freaking sign.
stop trying to make such happen.